This is the BC Olatile show, and I was simply swimming in an ocean of actors and actresses. There's been a lot in the last couple of weeks. We've been playing host to the best of them. And today we have a big fish on our hands, somebody who is very, very, very popular, and some say very expensive too, but intelligent. So why not? If you can foot the bill, if you have a knack for the best, then go for it, but be ready to foot the bill. He is an estate management graduate, 1984 actually, of the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, and he's married to an English graduate of the UNILAG, University of Lagos, and the wife actually started acting before him. They didn't meet on stage, but I leave that to them to tell us. That's when you enjoy it better. Who am I talking about? He's from Mbo, local government of Enugu State, and Ogu local government, actually Mbo in Ogu local government of Enugu State. Incidentally, the wife is from the same place. Who am I talking about? Let me save you the jigsaw. I'm talking about the one and only Zack Amefula. Orji. Zack. How you doing?
Doing okay. It's the first time somebody has called my full name.
Okay. It's my pleasure to have you on.
Thank you very much.
The couple room segment. I'd like you to tell the whole world about yourself. You told me something very interesting. I'd like you to say it to the whole world, your background.
I was actually born in Gabon, in Libreville. My father used to work with John Holt. He traveled a lot in Central and Western Africa, so we were always going with him wherever he went. In one of his sojourns, I was born.
Where is this in Gabon?
In Gabon, in Libreville.
Okay.
Part of my schooling was done in Gabon, was done in Cameroon. Part of my educational upbringing was done in Togo, in Cote d'Ivoire, in a number of other places. I've been around. It has enabled me to speak both languages fluently, English and French. I actually went to French school, both primary and secondary.
Yeah,
also,
that must be a great asset for you.
Yeah, and it has been indeed a great asset. I didn't know at the time. Sometimes our parents force us to do things. We do not realize what we're doing until we grow up. When my father said one of his children must go and learn French, he just picked on me. And I wasn't really happy at the time because my other siblings just finished school and went straight on to secondary school, and I had to start doing primary school again in French. Went to a French secondary school.
So that was taking you back.
That's right. But
you've been against it.
In later years, I was to realize that my father knew what he was doing, because even in my secondary school, when we had come back to Nigeria here, we had a French competition. Playlets. One of the playlets I wrote for my school, Nike Grammar School, that time won the school's second position in French competition in the old Anambra State, which is now Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra.
Okay, Anambra. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you've not heard that anywhere else, but on the BC Olatile show, it's a no-holds-barred situation. Now, when did you meet your wife? And in what circumstance did you get married?
I traveled home for the Christmas in December 1985. That's when I met my wife.
Okay.
There was a club in my hometown at that time known as the Lord's Club. It was for young undergraduates and graduates, and both of us had come to join the club, and there she was just sitting down on her own. I was standing somewhere with another girl.
Okay.
But she was there on her own, so I was picking some soya beans, from a plant, the soya beans, and just throwing at her.
Even though you had somebody
and she was just looking at me, what's wrong with this guy?
Okay.
She smiled and I smiled back, and that was just it. We didn't even talk to each other. And later on, a friend of hers who had been a girlfriend of mine before, brought her to my house. And from then on, I took interest in her and started visiting her, going to their house, and that's how we met.
Well, and your marriage was consummated in 1989.
1989.
And we thank God you have two issues, a boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
What dates did you have your two kids? The days will help us. Days and dates. The day of the week. And the date of the month.
Believe me,
and years.
I remember the date, but not the day. My son was born on the 15th of August 1991 at Echo Hospital.
In Lagos here?
Here in Ikeja at 10:23 p.m.
Good.
That I remember.
Good.
But I don't remember the day. Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
My daughter was born 10 years after. In 2001, 29th of March at 8:05 a.m.
Did you plan that to
That's Cool Medical Center in Apapa.
Okay. 10 years after you had the first issue. Did you plan it?
No, I didn't plan
This
it.
happened.
That's the way it happened.
Okay. No, I'm not going to stress it any further. Your wife, apart from being an actress, very popular actress at that, is also a costumier.
Yeah.
Now, can you remember the very first play she costumed in? And what play did she act in? The very first play she acted in, and what part she played?
That must have been in 1994 when I starred in a film called Betrayal. It was produced by Ken Okonkwo for Contact Ventures. I was in the movie, she was also in the movie, and I remember, pardon me, I don't know, I might be mistaken, but I think that was, I might be mistaken, but I think that was the first time she did some of the costume.
Okay. Okay, how about the play? In the very first play she acted in, what part did she play in it?
She acted in the she acted in that very movie.
Okay. The Betrayal thing?
Betrayal. She acted the part of a young widow.
That was her very first attempt at acting.
At home video, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have all of that written down. So, can you tell us the names of the primary school and secondary schools of your wife? The schools she attended?
Primary. I don't remember the primary school, but I think it was here in Lagos. The secondary school, I remember, the secondary school is a Marco Girls Secondary School in Ogu local government, yes. But
that's in Enugu State?
Yes, in Enugu State. The primary school, I don't remember, but I know must have been here in Lagos.
Well, we should be getting ready to welcome the very beautiful wife of this great actor here, Zack Orji, who's married to Priscilla Orji, an actress and a costumier. Well, and here comes the delectably beautiful, accomplished costumier and actress Priscilla Orji, who studied secretarial studies at the Institute of Management and Technology Enugu and is a graduate of English at the University of Lagos. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Now, it's fantastic. This is not a movie. This is the real one. Okay, Ngozi, thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you.
And I've been talking to your husband. We've been having a heart-to-heart discussion. No holds barred, albeit. And I started by asking him how you met each other. In what circumstances this? He tried to paint some scenario. I don't know if you want to agree with him or disagree. Let's hear your own version of it.
We met in the year 1984, I think. At home. Actually, I went home for Christmas, and I was to attend this interview for graduates and undergraduates. And there he was too. He also came for the interview too. And as we were all waiting for our own son, I noticed somebody kept throwing something at me. And when I turned, he just smiled at me, you know. And after the interview session, a friend of mine who brought me there, you know, told me that I should see her. She wants to see somebody. So fortunately, it was a house that we ended up, and from there,
one thing led to the other.
yes.
Now, can you tell us what day and dates you had these children, a boy and a girl, you said?
Okay. The boy was born in August 15th of August, 1991.
Okay.
And the girl was March 29th, 2001, sorry.
10 years after. And I asked
Yes.
you, was there a reason? Did you plan it that way or it just happened?
No, really, we didn't plan it that way. It just happened.
Okay.
I believe it's God's time.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is the best thing.
Yes.
Now, you are an accomplished costumier and an actress. Can you remember the very first play that you costumed in and the very first play you acted in, and what role you played there?
The first movie I costumed, let me see. The first movie I acted in was Betrayal.
Okay.
I got that.
And that was the first movie I costumed too.
Oh, well,
I got it too.
And I played the role of a widow in the movie.
oh, a young widow, is that? Oh,
A
wonderful.
young widow, yes.
Wonderful. That's great. Now, can you tell us the primary and secondary schools you attended, the names of these schools? We know of your tertiary institution, I've already said it, IMT and Unilag, but let's concern ourselves with the primary and secondary schools now.
Okay, my primary school was in the east, my hometown. I did part of my primary school in school known as Central School in Boone, my hometown. And
In Agda.
Also part
of it. And, because my father had to, my father kept moving me from Lagos to the east, back to Lagos. And
So you did part of it in Lagos?
I did part of it in Lagos.
So can you put in Lagos? Why?
Lagos. They call it LA School at Jeremy.
Okay.
Local authority school. One of those private schools.
He actually has been following you.
Oh, really? And then my secondary school was in the east.
where?
Girls Secondary School in Mako.
Did you say so?
Yes.
Also in our local government.
Okay. Well, I mean, he tried. It means there's a lot of interaction going on between you. That's what this program is trying to promote. We don't want to see couples that don't know each other.
Yes.
Who are, almost like, what do you call it? Strange bedfellows. Okay, I heard that you're not too satisfied with what's going on the movie scene, and you like to go in for an elective office to kind of give you the enabled environment to put things right. What is this office you're seeking to go into?
Well, I'm aspiring to be the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. The elections should be coming up this November, and already we have about 9 different state branches. It's going to be a national convention, from all the state branches. Officials are going to be elected from different state branches. We already have our state structures in place, but we need a national president that will carry a new vision, where everybody will be invited on board, to execute that vision for the benefit of the Nigerian actor and actress. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of things that are not yet in place, It will be surprising to hear that the Actors Guild of Nigeria does not have a secretariat. Is unbelievable. Things like that should be things of the past. We should be past things like that. We need to generate funds for the Actors Guild. We need the average actor to have money in his pocket. We need the average actor to be respected wherever he goes. We need to drum it into the head of people that the actor is not a dropout. By the grace of God, I am not a dropout.
Definitely.
She's not a dropout. A lot of us, are in this industry because we love the job, we love what we're doing. We are just being there to express the gift that God has deposited in us. So we want to let people know that we're not dropouts and we're not empty-headed people. Some people see you on screen doing this and that and they think, hey, he doesn't know any other thing. Believe me, we can hold our own on any subject that you can think about.
All right, let's end it on this note. What kind of interaction is going on? What kind of relationship is there between actors in Nigeria and, let's say, the ECOWAS region, for instance?
Previously, there wasn't much of an interaction. But the average Nigerian is like a forerunner. This industry, we have sown seeds that have sprouted up in all parts of the world. Today, the average Nigerian actor who has attained a certain level is known all over the world, including the West African sub-region, including the African continent. The average Nigerian actor is known everywhere. Now, we are occupying a vanguard position. So because of that, we have actually gone ahead to collaborate with colleagues from other countries. It's one of the things we did in Tenterhooks. We went to Ghana, did this shoot in Ghana, used artists from Nigeria, Ghana, from Sierra Leone, from Australia, far away from Australia. Previously, when I went to shoot Web in the year 2000, I took my cast and crew and we paid a courtesy call on the Nigerian High Commissioner with my cast and crew from Ghana. Even when the film came out, they had complimentary copies and they were very happy. They said what they haven't been able to achieve at the official level, we are already doing at the private level. So right now, there's a lot of interaction between the Nigerian artists and artists from other countries, and we would like to take it further. For example, guilds from these various countries, joint production, inviting the corporate bodies to sponsor, going as far away as South Africa, going as far away as Congo, going as far away as Sierra Leone, Liberia, everywhere. That's the kind of thing we're talking about, so that at the end of the day, one day very soon, we're looking at the Screen Actors Guild of Africa and the diaspora.
Now, costumier, what does it take to be a costumier, and how lucrative is it? And how visible have you been recent?
Okay.
Means how many frames per week, per month?
It doesn't work that way. You're talking about how many movies I've costumed. Let me see. I've costumed well over 40 movies.
40?
I have to count. Both here and then in Ghana too.
Okay.
Talking about what it takes to be a costumier. A costumier, you have to have a creative mind. You have to be a creative person, somebody who can create something out of something, nothing. Let me put it that way. Not just about gathering clothes and bringing all sorts and putting them together. You have to be able to. You have to have an eye for colors.
Okay.
And you have to know how to combine colors too. You have to have, like when I talk about creating, you have to know how to design. You things. Like sometimes you might need to design a costume for a particular character. You have to know what and what to put together, how to go about it. You know, because not the time that you have to hire, as the case may be. Sometimes we hire, sometimes we make, sometimes we have to buy. And again, being a costumier, you have to, you know, analyze the script first of all. If you're given a script, you analyze the script, analyze the characters, do the costume analysis in terms of going through all the characters in the script and analyzing the kind of, when your characters are, what kind of people are they? You understand? First of all, you have to know your characters before you know now what to give to those characters. For example, you might have a script or a story or a character who is supposed to be a lawyer in the movie. Ordinarily, you look at a real life situation. How do lawyers dress? You know, we all know that lawyers don't, except that we have flamboyant lawyers now, people who dress outlandishly, you know, but I know that lawyers go for conventional colors, they don't go for loud colors. They wear black, ash, you know, those colors, maybe brown, tan, light tan, all that. You can't just give a lawyer in a movie or a lawyer in a court, give the person, or, you know, somebody who is attending an official duty, give the person a color like red. Maybe give the person a red suit. It won't fit in. So you give the character like that, maybe a black suit or an ash suit or something, you know, conventional colors. Likewise, if you have a character who is like a housewife, you have to look what kind of housewife is she. Is she the flamboyant housewife? Is it the village type of housewife, or the one who lives in a mansion and all that? Yeah, so we have to know all that. Yeah, but in our movies, I find that sometimes that they give them things like Agbada 1015, and they're all sitting at home relaxing. You know, so you have to think about all that. Okay. You know, to make a good costume, you have to know what costume to give to a particular character, you know, at a particular time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me thank you very much and congratulate you on your very giant strides. And wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. I am very happy that I came here.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful show. I watch it myself. Like actually, I was watching. You know, I love the show. I love the style. I love what it's doing to encourage couples to, you know, to stick together. Okay. I mean, we need that in the society, you know, to have a focus where we're headed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.